Now to Canberra, where the trouble with the government's industrial relations legislation that it's demanding the Parliament pass by Christmas is that there's no political mandate for it and no economic justification either. Labor said nothing about this industry-wide bargaining push prior to the election. In fact, it denied it had such plans. On November 21 last year, the now Treasurer was asked on ABC Insiders whether industry-wide bargaining was a yes, a no, or a maybe. His reply, it's not part of our policy. Here he is.
Industry-wide bargaining, is it a yes or a no or a maybe?
It's not part of our policy.
But now, of course, it's absolutely essential, Labor says, to get wages moving.
This is the Parliament's big chance to get wages moving again.
As we work through this important piece of legislation that is actually about getting wages moving.
It allows middle-income earners to keep their wages moving.
And sure, Labor did promise to increase real wages, just like it promised to cut power bills by $275, but never specified how it would be done. And the trouble with industry-wide bargaining is that it's collective bargaining between one union and many businesses. Essentially, it's union bullying of all employers in a sector, and while it might get headline pay increases in the short term, in the medium term, it'll mean more strikes, less productivity, as management surrenders the day-to-day running of their individual businesses to unions under these industry-wide collective deals. At least business groups seem to have finally woken up to the reality of a Labor government. There was a full-page ad in some papers today appealing to crossbench senators. It makes a nice change, I reckon, from seeing business campaign on a whole lot of woke issues to see them get out and campaign on issues that directly affect their bottom line. It also says to me that the Albanese government played business off a break at the recent Jobs Summit. I mean, it got them all in the room for the PR opportunity that the government wanted and needed just after the election. But then its blood nosed them within weeks with this legislation that business were told at the summit would not be looked at until next year, and that even then would be subject to detailed consultation, which we haven't seen. Now, that was never going to happen. This was always a government with a heavy union-led agenda. It was just a question of how quickly they'd show their hand and how big the price would be from business to pay back the unions. And it's not before time that we're seeing business waking up to the woke.